Thank you for joining our studio once again. Democracy Day with a lot of ethos and reactive ethos. P2B and Atiku, they have always been speaking, in one voice recently, and we are grateful to Atiku for being around. All the democracy days during Buhari time, we don't used to see him. Somehow he's an opposition leader now, in a way. He's speaking in one voice with P2B. Discrediting the kind of democracy we have now, claiming we are really moving backward democratically. That this is like a state capture, a conquest, where people use instrument of states, institutional victimization and all, those kind of manipulation to capture and motivate people into, joining the ruling party or singing their song. There's this saying that if you try to beg a child, he doesn't accept, you now try to deceive him. If he doesn't accept that, you now force him. Do you understand? Is it what APC is doing? Is it? Or it is the opposition that are in disarray on their own while looking for who to blame?
Well, you could take any side of the coin in this matter. The opposition, like what the president said yesterday, that they are looking for imaginary demon.
Yes.
Whereas they have not put their hearts together.
Yes.
And if you look at it from the other aspect, Mr. Peter was arguing that from their action in action every day, you see truly that the ruling party is ensuring that the opposition party do not survive by planting people who do their bidding.
That's voice of Jacob
and
the hand of
we only said it yesterday, the voice of Jacob and the hands of Esau. And today we saw Atiku said it, that what the president can say whatever they want to say, but they know that especially in PDP, there's the voice of Jacob in PDP and the hand of Esau playing out, and also in LP and all of that. So now coming to the question you asked, is it the opposition that are not putting themselves together, or is it true that the ruling party is trying to destroy them? The answer is yes and no, because it's yes, it is no. If the opposition know themselves, if they are really opposition, they won't allow themselves to be destroyed. For instance, take a case study of PDP. If PDP know they are PDP, it's wicked owner of PDP. If you know your problem, how to solve it is easy. What stops PDP from expelling those they think they are using to destroy their party?
They are also thinking of Wike's professionalism in litigation. Wike has proven to be one of the best, Nigerians that know how to present his case before the court and win. So they are careful not to expel him and not drag themselves deeper into court cases that they may not actually come out from. And at the end of the day, Wike will be victorious because he's a professional in that field. He's very, very good at it. So why are you laughing?
What you said, they just reminded me of what they said, state capture. They've captured the whole institutions. They weaponize the whole institution. You see the mass movement into APC. I question I ask people, why the movement? Are people moving because APC are delivered on the mandate? Are they moving because Nigerians' lives are better? The answer is glaring no. They are moving because of intimidation. Because they've weaponized the institution. If this is now going today and show you a fire, guy, move or this happens. So everybody wants safety, everybody wants security, everybody wants self-preservation. So when the opposition said these things, the president, they can paint it, quote it, whatever they want to quote it. It is out there, we know. It is glaring. Because people, I will join you because you're doing well. And you're not doing well. I'm struggling to join you. I'm begging to join you. So what is the attraction there?
But remember, let me tell you, remember that people like Asiwaju stood for, he even said it yesterday, that why PDP was releasing their what's it called, their artilleries of trying to convert Nigeria to one party state, which they are now accusing him of. He stood firm. He lost some of his allies into that. He stood firm. Let me tell you, he didn't change. You remember even under Goodluck Jonathan, even why it was on record that Asiwaju supported the election of Jonathan. Under Goodluck Jonathan, he was being called to code of conduct. Do you understand? he was also, you know, do I say persecuted in some form? Maybe not with the level of artillery we are seeing today. I agree. So, but this is not in the character. Why are we not talking about the character of the people themselves? We're only looking at both can be correct that the people has a fracas in them, you know, and also there could be a voice coming from the ruling party. But why are we so ignoring the people being able to put themselves together? Why are we not talking about that?
Because of our parties, our parties, there's no ideology. There is no straight court ideology. You don't know APC for this, no BDP for this, no Labour for this. They're all the same. Every person was one time in PDP. Today they're APC. So this many go around. And okay, see, they were able to fund APC because the government in power allowed it. Now go and try to say a new party.
You see,
they started the institution.
You see, I agree with the question you asked, and that's what I started. I say yes and no. If Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu could do it in 2003, what stopped Atiku from doing it now? What stopped Obi from doing it now? Against all odds. You wouldn't say the man didn't stand persecution. He faced persecution.
Yes.
His phone were withheld. And then he, in spite of all that, he looked elsewhere he think outside the box to raise funds to run Lagos State. And that's what had given.
There is no support in 2003. See, no, they didn't.
What did you say? Different moments.
Hold on. In 2003, Obasanjo spared nothing in supporting Koro. He spared nothing. So they said that any people that were in Lagos, out of sympathy, work for us. I mentioned that we are part of it. Work for us without being paid, not money or anything. Because they wanted to convert the whole Nigeria to PDP, particularly Southwest.
That's what I'm going. Let me give you clear example of the
didn't result, right?
See. Let me give you a clear
Lagos was difficult to
let
read.
me give you a clear example where the opposition is at fault. Take for instance, the case of Rivers State is a state being governed by opposition party. What stopped the Fubara as an opposition? Because it was a governor just like Tinubu was a governor. To say, look, you can't come to my state and declare a state of emergency because I am elected as you are elected.
Yes.
What would have happened?
Nothing.
So the opposition is the problem to themselves. That's why Fela said my people they fear too much and no one die. And my papa did for us, my mama did for us, and everybody still dies.
Everybody dies. So, at the end of the day, let me tell you, the democracy we celebrated yesterday, the Democracy Day, was because Abiola said, my mandate or nothing.
And he died because of it.
My mandate or nothing. If Abiola had said, okay, Babangida is my friend, all right, you can conduct another one or do something. Nobody will remember June 12th.
But election was conducted.
We should stop blaming the government, the opposition to stand up.
They were holding something. Election was conducted. It was free and fair. And these people willing to conduct a free and fair election?
That's not the question.
I'm sorry. Yesterday, I was some days ago, 2 days ago, I was watching TV. I saw my governor with Obi Atiku. He said something that touched me to my bone. He told the governor that I'm happy you are working for the president. He did not refute it. You are an opposition party. And the president is happy with you. Indirectly, he's inferring that we let your state be.
You see, that's what we are saying. The opposition is the problem themselves. That's what I am saying.
Because all of them will be an Atiku all coming together, exactly. Everybody blaming Asiwaju. Meanwhile,
you are not doing enough homework.
Yes, that's what we are saying.
The opposition themselves to go back to the drawing board to see where they have got it wrong. Where have they allowed themselves to be penetrated and to be disorganized, to be in disarray? They are saying that there's no democracy. Democracy is not given to anybody. You fight for it. Nobody's right is given to you. You fight for your right. Tinubu fought for what he's enjoying today. So he said it yesterday. Yes, they to fight for what they think Nigeria should be. If they sit, they want to be those I think they will be given to them in platter of gold, they will never have it.
Now, let me tell you. You notice that most of the crack lines in opposition that people think that the ruling party is using, one, primordial sentiment. People are enslaved to their tribe. People are enslaved to what they believe. For example, some will say, oh, I would rather prefer a Christian president. I would rather prefer a Muslim president. They are enslaved to that. Though I am in PDP, but the ruling party has Asiwaju as the president, APC. I, as a Yoruba man in PDP, I am still comfortable with Asiwaju, a Yoruba man in APC, being president. So when PDP are solving their problems, when I'm there, I am a crack already. That's one. Then power, quest for power. If it is not me, they will scatter. If I can't be president, then let Asiwaju continue. For example, see somebody like Atiku now, who said the reason for Atiku leaving PDP when Jonathan was contesting against Buhari was that he said he was torn of the north. And Atiku is still presenting himself. In 2023, he deceived people that had he been the presidency was zoned to Southeast, he wouldn't have contested. Now, he's still coming out. Obi did very well in the last election, so the natural thing is for him to just support Obi. But now, Atiku is still showing up his face. He has not clearly said, he may. He has not clearly said he's supporting Obi and not running. Imagine now if Atiku can now be enslaved to that sentiment. If it's not me, then let Asiwaju continue. Opposition are suffering many of these cracks, internal cracks. Why don't they solve it themselves so that the ruling party won't find a place to penetrate? Stop being tribal, be loyal to your party, and do all that.
Well, this thing just don't change over a day. It's been a way of life for a long time. You don't wish to stay away. Sincerely, it's bad. It's a bad place to be. We know how this election happens in Nigeria. We told religious line, ethnic line, it has
tribal
to be
line.
A tribal line. So it's not going to disappear over a space of 2 years. But the issue still remains that, as you said, yes, a lot of people should be held accountable in opposition. As people as individuals in parties, they should be held accountable. They should put Nigeria first. Most times in this country, what we put first is our self-interest. But I don't see any reason why my state government that could win the election under any party to want to jump ship, to allow that said on the national TV. So this fear or this unnecessary fear, I want to be relevant forever. No one lives forever. Nobody does. And again, this line of you want to align from with the central, to me, it's absolute nonsense. If you don't align from the central, you've been doing well for the state. See what is happening. See data states that moved. People are resisting it. Yes, you've moved as a party, but the citizens are resisting it. I saw it in Akwa Ibom. People are saying no to the governor.
And the commissioners resign.
Because you are doing well as a person. What is this praise about national
Philip, usually running opposition is hard. Financially, being out of power. Most of these politicians, they don't have occupation again outside the politics. And, so when you see them jumping ship, you can't blame. They can't remain hungry. And that's the reason we tell people, have what you do, before politics.
Before you become a politician.
So how will opposition stand? Because there has to be election in 2027. They can't continue bailing out of the ship without life jackets into APC because it's riskier. How do you think the opposition should remain formidable?
It's simple. The leaders of the opposition to rally around within themselves, as they are trying to do recently by forming coalition and putting Nigerian interests first and putting individual interests behind them. Once that can be done, a lot has been solved. When they be able to put their personal interests behind them, you will see that religion will not be a yardstick, tribe will not be a yardstick, ethnic will not be a yardstick, because the leader will go back to their people and look, don't worry, I am not contested, but I'm supporting this person because this will make life better for you and me.
Wow.
So that's
interesting. There's a group that's called Country First Movement. The convener is Prof. Chris Mustafa. I've been getting in touch with him. I think I'll bring him here to talk about Country First Movement. He's been there. These people should put the country first. Right. This is Tunis Insight. I'll be right back very shortly.